Hello and welcome to Instructionless. A timer? Looks like we're doing a blind speed run. But let's pause it there and go over some rules for this little challenge. Number 1, no instructions. Number 2, only the box as reference. Number 3, 1 hour to complete the build. Alright, and let's get back into it. This person wanted to see me do this build, so if there's a set you want to see me try, or a theme you just want to see more of, I'm always looking for suggestions, so leave me a comment and let me know what you want to see next. Oh boy, there goes 3 minutes already and I haven't even started building. Luckily for me, this set comes with this giant piece that makes up the base of the car. Personally, I find this to be very helpful because it's going to save me a lot of time, but I can't help but feel this also kind of takes away the fun of actually building LEGO sets when they come with these giant pieces already built. After all, one of my favorite parts of building LEGO vehicles is when I press too hard on the top and the wheels pop off. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I found that these LEGO helmets with visors were always very interesting to work with, because if you put the visor on upside down and tried to flick it up, this would happen. And oh, did that clear piece of plastic fly, never to be seen from again. Maybe. But there's no time to dwell on that now. Instead, I just have to keep on building. I think the nose is too long. Maybe if I just take a few pieces off and shorten it up a bit. Yeah, there we go. I can kinda see it. On second thought, I don't know if I actually like this. It's always tricky to tell, and yeah, there goes 10 minutes. I really enjoy pushing myself creatively to do something that's a little bit outside my comfort zone. One thing I've never been good at building out of LEGO is any kind of vehicle, and assembling a vehicle without any instructions, with a 1 hour time limit, is a very difficult challenge for me, but it's one that I'm excited to be doing regardless, because I just love LEGO so much. I don't really have a plan for how I'm going to build this, other than I'm just planning on building the base, and then building it from front to back. Right now though, the front of the car is giving me a lot of trouble because I'm trying to figure out the correct angle of the hood, as well as how to round the front of the car to give it that sports car aesthetic. And look at this interesting piece for the build. It's one of those little bit launchers, but let's see how good my aim is and if I can't knock down our little LEGO minifigure. Well, that was a fun way to waste 30 seconds. Let's get back to building. Alright, it may not look like I've made much progress, but usually with these builds, it's just breaking it in is the toughest part, and then it all comes together from there. So I just gotta keep on building, and right now I'm gonna kick things into overdrive. Alright, 30 minutes remaining, and it looks like I have about half of the car assembled, so I'd say that's good pacing. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how to build around the interior section of the car. I realized that the interior section is actually only 3 studs wide, an odd number, which I find a little confusing and didn't really put much thought into it until now. That's not a problem now though, because I can finally attach this windshield piece and see how it's all really starting to come together. Just a few more pieces to go and I should be able to beat the clock. As usual, I feel like I spoke too soon. I've almost completed the car, I'm just trying to figure out the back section, and there's a lot of parts to it that make it very interesting. Like for example, this back section has pieces that are inverted. And with only 15 minutes remaining, I don't really have the time to try and figure it out. When doing these builds, I rely heavily on the box as reference. And as I'm looking at the box right now, I just realized that one of these photos isn't an actual photo of the LEGO set at all. Instead, it's a photo of the real car this set is based off of, which is completely useless to me. I've come this far, so I'm sure I can see the rest of this build through to the end. I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out how to do the back section of the car though. but I still don't really know how I'm going to attach the headlights and the exhaust pipe and those sorts of details. And oh, would you look at that, only 10 minutes remaining now. I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to complete this build, but if you look at the car, the front looks kind of nice, the middle looks pretty good, and then I feel like it starts to fall apart a little bit when it gets to the back. And of course we're down to the wire, and pieces just keep falling off of this build, especially these headlights. These headlights are just giving me trouble. And with only seconds to spare, I finished the build. Well, kind of. The last little bit was pretty rushed, and the attention to detail was definitely thrown out the window. And all I have left is this little pile of goodies. And there you have it. A LEGO set built entirely without any instructions and assembled in under an hour. This challenge was a lot of fun because it forced me to focus on the big picture and not the little details going through the build. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, happy building!